Okay, question 17. This is actually a very, very fun question. Right. One of the more fun ones on the paper saying. A multiple choice test question offered the following 4 options relating to a certain statement. Okay, so I have 4 statements. Given that exactly one of these options was correct, which one was it? Okay, so what's our strategy? So what I'm thinking is that I'm just going to assume that each of them is correct at the start and then see what I can deduce from there. Right? That's what I'm going to do. So, for example, I'm going to assume that A is correct for now. Assume, let's say, A is correct. Okay. Now, if A is correct, then let's see. Will B be correct? Well, B is already naturally correct, right? Because it's a substatement of A, right? B is a substatement of A. So, if A is correct, then B is correct. So the final answer cannot be A, right? Because it says exactly one of these options is correct. All right, okay, so A is not what we want. Okay, let's assume that B is correct then. Okay, if B is correct, then let's see. A is not necessarily correct, okay? I mean, it can be correct, A can be correct, but it's not necessarily correct. All right, so maybe take an across. Okay, how about C? The statement is true if and only if x is greater than 2. Now, the only if part is wrong, right? Because, if x is between 1 and 2, then that breaks the only if of part C, right? So C is wrong. C is straight off wrong. It's not like A, right? C is always wrong, whereas A can be right or can be wrong. Yeah. Okay, how about D? The statement is true if x is greater than 2. Well, that's also true, right? Because if x is greater than 1, it implies that x greater or equal to 2 is also true. Without the equals, I don't know why I said the equals. Okay, so if B is true, then D is true. Okay, so bad. All right, not exactly 1. Okay, let's assume that C is correct. Well, same logic as A, because if C is correct, then D is also correct, right? D is a substatement of C. So C is also wrong. So D is all good, right? D is my final answer. Let's see why that is. Okay, so let's assume that D is correct. Then C, again, it can be correct and can be not correct, right? I mean, it could be both ways. How about for B? Also could be both ways, right? How about for A? Also could be both ways, actually. All right? Okay, so all of A, B, C are not necessarily true, right? So that's why the final answer will be D.